Professional Formula One racer Charles Leclerc may be well known for his exploits on the track, but his personal life is a bit of a mystery for many fans, especially those just getting into the sport. He's one of the most promising racers in Formula One history and has already shown tremendous talent in his short career. We've rounded up the 11 things every Charles Leclerc fan should know. Let's dive in. Number 11. He has some racing history in his family. Leclerc's father, Hervé, spent 2 decades driving Formula 3. He participated in 22 races, but never established himself as a serious presence in the sport. Sadly, Hervé passed away just 4 days before his son won the feature race at the Baku Formula 2 round in 2017. He never saw his son participate in Formula 1, but that hasn't kept Charles from continuing to make his father proud. But unlike some families steeped in racing history, that's where the similarities in driving sports stop. His mother, Pascale, is a hairdresser by trade, but is often seen supporting her son trackside. Charles is the middle of 3 sons, older brother Lorenzo, and a younger brother Arthur. Arthur has his own career ahead of him, being quite prolific as a kart racer in recent years, and has risen through Formula 3, and now in Formula 2, which is just 1 step away from F1. Number 10. He found success right off the bat. Leclerc stood out as early as 2014 when he raced in the Formula Renault Championship. Before he graduated to Formula 1, his childhood friend, Jules Bianchi, was racing in the 2014 Japanese Grand Prix. During the race, Bianchi crashed and suffered critical head injuries. He spent 9 months in a coma before succumbing to his injuries later that year. Although the death of his childhood friend, the one who made his first go-kart run possible nonetheless, must have been traumatizing, he never doubted his place on the racetrack. A short time after the death, Leclerc pulled himself together and finished on the podium in the final race of the Formula Renault Championship. In his breakout season, 2019, Leclerc raced with the Scuderia Ferrari team. He ended up with 7 podium finishes and 2 pole positions, an impressive feat for his second year as a Formula One racer. Before we move on, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content like this. Go ahead, we'll wait. Ready to move on? Great, so are we. Number 9. Rivalries have turned into respect. Highly competitive natures tend to be a perfect breeding ground for rivalries. Even composed racers like Leclerc fall prey to this once in a while. Max Verstappen, another young rising star in Formula 1, used to race against Leclerc during their respective go-karting days. This launched a fierce rivalry, and both have admitted to hating each other during this time period. It's no surprise when everyone is clamoring to set themselves apart on the racetrack, all gunning for a seat in F1. Now that they've both made the big leagues, this rivalry has turned into mutual respect. Both older and more mature, they think it's great that they have an opportunity to continue to battle on the racetrack. Number 8. He makes buku bucks. Even though Charles is a relatively recent addition to the Formula One world, he takes home compensation well above some seasoned drivers. As of the 2022 season, his salary was ranked 5th overall in Formula One at a cool $23 million. Remember, that's before any additional partnerships, sponsorships, or business deals. Sebastian Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo are tied for the 4th position with $15 million in compensation, so it's expected that Charles will continue to close the gap on these numbers and climb the ranks in subsequent years. He even made $7 million more than teammate Carlos Sainz, who was a few years older than Charles. Number 7. He has a YouTube channel. In 2020, after a couple of years racing on the Formula One circuit, Charles expanded his social media presence. He launched a YouTube channel titled simply Charles Leclerc. Over 3 years since its inception, he's only uploaded a dozen long-form videos, most often revealing behind-the-scenes footage from various races. He's recently added a vlog component, jumping on the popularity of day-in-the-life style videos. He spent much more time releasing YouTube shorts, with over 40 in total. Despite his irregular posting schedule, his videos have been praised for their high production value and have still accumulated more than 500,000 subscribers. I hope Charles likes our YouTube video about him. Number 6. There's a reason he has the number 16. Many professional athletes have reasons for the numbers they wear on their vehicles or jerseys. Charles Leclerc is no exception. Before joining Formula One, he spent his time in junior racing under the number 7. He once stated that 7 is his favorite number because of his birthday. But his birthday is on the 16th, you say? Well, he used the logic of 1 plus 6 equals 7, so why not use 7? But when he found a spot racing in Formula One, the number 7 was taken. He couldn't even double down and use 77, which was also claimed by Valtteri Bottas. So instead, he went with the literal translation of his birth date. Number 5. He's spiritual, but not particularly religious. Charles has said multiple times that he believes in God and a higher power. He finds comfort in this, but has never been an avid or consistent churchgoer. He may not conform to any established religion, or even pray regularly, but he finds his own ways to commune with God outside of brick-and-mortar religious centers. Number 4. He went to the Ferrari Driver Academy. After attending primary school at the École du Fontvieille in Monaco, his traditional schooling ended. He enrolled in the Ferrari Driver Academy after the institution had identified him as an up-and-coming racer. Even though his father had a background in racing, Leclerc still came from a relatively modest background financially. The academy assisted him financially, which allowed him to pursue his dreams. Racing is often seen as a sport requiring massive amounts of wealth to enter, even though Charles disagrees with this assessment, citing his middle-class upbringing. He admits that, without Ferrari's help, he might not have found his way to Formula One, and certainly not at such a young age. It's a dynamic he and other racers would love to see a shift in the future. Have you heard that we launched a Patreon channel? Thanks to the fantastic support and outreach from subscribers and viewers, we've launched our Patreon with 4 levels of support. If you'd like to help us continue creating unique content, please consider checking it out. You can find more information in the description below. Number 3. He has an expensive car collection. Thanks to his healthy salary, even before taking into account sponsorships, brand deals, and other lucrative partnerships, Leclerc has fancy wheels on and off the track. Because of his academy allegiance to Ferrari, it should be no surprise that the driver has more than one of these high-end cars in his collection. He has 3 Ferraris in total: a blue GTC4 Lusso, a highly customized black 812 Superfast, and a 488 Pista Spider with a custom paint job sporting a red and white Monaco flag racing strip. These 3 alone are worth at least $1 million, according to Car and Driver magazine. But the collection doesn't stop there. He has a soft spot for British cars, rounding out his collection with a Jaguar XF, Land Rover Discovery, McLaren GT, and a Rolls-Royce Wraith. Number 2. He plays the piano. When he's not racing on tracks across the world, you might find Charles sitting in front of his piano, one of his favorite hobbies. And it isn't just a mild interest, and it holds great importance for him. It provides a way for Leclerc to completely switch off and no longer think about racing. He plays the piano more in bad times than in good times. He explains that when everything is going right on the track, it's only natural to be eager to get back out there and keep going. But when things aren't going according to plan, it's essential to take a step back and create some space physically and mentally from the racetrack. Number 1. He's found a philanthropy passion project. Since 2018, Charles Leclerc has been an ambassador of the foundation Princesse Charlene de Monaco. This foundation aims to raise awareness of learning to swim in order to avoid drowning. This might seem like an unlikely choice of charity foundation to work with, but it goes back to his passion for scuba diving, wanting to capitalize on something he enjoys while helping others discover joy and confidence in the water. It was a no-brainer for him. He loves the values and mission of Foundation Princesse Charlene de Monaco and was honored to accept the role of ambassador when they reached out to him. That does it for our crash course on Charles Leclerc. Did we miss a little-known factoid? Is there another Formula One racer you'd like to see featured in a future video? Sound off in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, make sure to ring that bell so you're always the first to know when a fresh video is uploaded. Until next time.